Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my second only ever Nintendo Switch stream, and I had done it last year one time for my Saturday format, and I had just done Super Smash Brothers, and I did it sort of in the permadeath character gauntlet that I sometimes do with multiplayer games. Like I said, okay, I'll go through every character until I lose and then move on to the next one, but normally that's just supposed to be an intro session, like, you know, I'll do it and then I'll do a couple characters and then continue it maybe later as a series. But because I was just so bad, and maybe because a lot of the characters weren't unlocked right away, I just went through actually all of them. I think I lost with all of them, which means I barely won any games, and it was only like a 2-hour session. And then I did like a little game of chess on here and got clowned in that too, just at the end. It wouldn't be complete without trying some new hardware, without somehow finding a way to play a game of chess. What does that mean? 627? Is that what it is for you right now? But yeah, next week if you want, we can do the GTA 5 thing. I'll download it on my PS5. So like next Wednesday night, I could do that. But yeah, I've been going through this in my whatever Wednesday format, so like it's had 3 phases to it. We're basically every Wednesday I just play some random thing. It could be something I played before, it could be something I've never played, whatever. And so I started off just doing stuff I hadn't done in a long time. Like I played Genshin Impact for the second time ever, right? Just randomly. And then once we got through those kind of games, then I did what was the second part? Like where I introduced the webcam. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to use a webcam, not for face cam purposes, but like to show all these different things in real life. So like I was playing chess, but I was showing the board with the webcam. Then the second time I was showing my Kindle Scribe with the webcam and doing like a writing stream. Then I did a Rubik's Cube. I tried to solve the Rubik's Cube on the webcam. And then this final phase, we're doing like a console checklist where I've gone through every single console and done something on there. So like a couple weeks back, I did the Rocket League on the PS5. Then I did on Saturday, I guess it technically was, but I did Starfield on the Xbox. And then I did last Wednesday, I did the Red Dead Bounty Hunter series. And so that was the PS3. So this is the only notable one that I haven't used as part of this little checklist that I'm doing, just for the heck of it. You know, this is kind of a random format anyway, and I'm not even sure what I'll play on here, but I'll kind of just look through it. And I always tell this obligatory story about like, oh, how I got it, right? I had a chance to pre-order it, but because it was so hard to get when it came out, right? 2017. And I was like, oh, I don't want it. I'm probably not going to use it, which is always typically true because I never use consoles when I get them. Like, how much have I used this since I got it? Probably the biggest lie I ever told, because I said, oh, I barely have used it. Like when I was doing the stream last year of this, it was almost like a year ago, right? But then it showed that, oh, I played hundreds of hours of something. So I must have just, I'll actually look at that. It has like a pretty good list where it shows you like your most played games on here and stuff. But yeah, that like, oh, I barely played it. Also, it has like over 500 hours of playtime in there. And then what was the other thing? Like, oh yeah, I had a chance to pre-order it, but then I chose not to. But then as soon as it came out, I'm like, oh shit, now I want it. So then I went on Craigslist and had to pay like an extra $100 for it. And not only that, but let's shit on Nintendo a little bit here. Think about like, okay, you paid $200 to $300 whatever for it, right? And even despite my clown behavior with the Craigslist thing of paying an extra 100, what other add-ons did you need for it? It doesn't have a USB, or sorry, it doesn't have an Ethernet, so you have to plug an adapter into the thing, into the USB, and then use an Ethernet that way if you want to have a hardwired connection. So that on one hand is really dumb, right? You have the little dock thing, you have to have an adapter. Thankfully I have one because my other computer, my little laptop, doesn't actually have a USB on it itself, but that's one failing of Nintendo right there. You don't even have an Ethernet cable. And then also the base storage on here is not very good. So I had to go out and buy $100 like a little card for it right at that time, just to have enough space. Like you could say that's true with other consoles too, but I feel like this has substantially less as far as the base starting amount. So if you want to have any number of games on here, right, you're going to have to do that. So you end up having to buy the thing, then buy the storage card, then buy the Ethernet adapter. Like there's all these little hidden fees that you're paying basically. And then you have to pay for their shitty Nintendo internet too. So like, you know, I grew up with Nintendo games, consoles, I respect them, but they've obviously been total clowns. And basically the Switch, as much as it's a cool, novel idea, and they kind of rub that whole thing in your face, it's sort of like, you know, it's the successor to the 3DS. So where's the successor to the Wii U? Oh, right, they don't have one because they gave up. They literally just gave up and they can't compete with PS5 anymore. So as good as this is within its category, although arguably you could still say, well, there are phones these days that are stronger than this, or, you know, whatever. Probably true. I mean, phones have gotten really impressive. But the point is that if you look at it, they basically just gave up. It's not that, oh, let's try to, you know, the Switch is not a substitute for a PS5. Like, that's not even close, but it's almost like their way of copping out. Oh, well, you can't compare it because it's handheld, you see. Okay, but then what can we compare? Nothing. They just, again, they completely just gave up because the Wii U was so behind its time with the technology and stuff like that. So even though I respectfully, you know, I've always appreciated Nintendo and what it's done historically, they're at a point now where it's almost just weird. And you know what I almost predict might happen is that they might eventually, not after too much longer, they'll still have a console like this, a handheld, nice little thing to use, but they'll start putting their games actually on PC or on other consoles. You might see that in the next 10 to 20 years. The next Zelda game might be on those. As stupid as that seems, or as much as they'd be reluctant to do it, it might actually have to happen because it might be the best business decision. Imagine how many copies you know, Breath of the Wild would sell on PC. Now, the flip side you could say is, well, how many copies of, how many Switches did people buy in order to play it, right? They're kind of forcing you to because of this whole console exclusivity thing, but so I think this is every game I have on here. And again, this is a total, this whole thing shows you a waste of money. You bought the Switch and you really never use it and there's no need to do it. Most of the stuff I have on here, I've only really played on, yeah, we'll play this with Nightmare on here, Minecraft, but, you know, most of the stuff I haven't played at all either on here, or even if I have played it, I played it on PC or some other console. I haven't played it on here, so I have it just for the cosmetic, you know, like I haven't used this. I was almost trying to play part 1, but then I think it went offline or it lost support. So I wonder how much support this really has. We could do like some crazy hard levels on here or something. Yeah, this whole thing is a colossal waste of money. I got it, I didn't need it or want it or use it, then I paid extra for it because I waited, even though I had a chance to pre-order it. Then I had to buy the extra things like the Ethernet thing I would have had to buy, and then the memory card, whatever. And then I get all these games that I already either have on PC or that I've just never played on here anyway. So like, if you just want to blow your fucking money on useless shit that you'll never use, buy a Nintendo Switch. Hashtag ad. And Nintendo is like one of the most content creator unfriendly companies too. They're always flagging people's videos and shit like that on YouTube. So they are a bit of a clown company in a lot of ways in their modern iteration. Like they can't keep up with the times. They were always so ahead of their time. Now they've almost become followers. Like even Breath of the Wild, which I haven't really played, but basically the whole premise of it is, oh, let's make an open world game like Skyrim or something. Like, oh, they're becoming followers now, even though people try to shill argue like, oh, well, the original Zelda was technically an open world game, but like they weren't doing that anymore. Like Wind Waker almost flirted with the idea, but then they went back to just, you know, Skyward Sword is kind of, I won't say it's linear, but it's definitely not going down that route. So that if Skyward Sword had been like that, then, you know, that was like a debate we had, you know, oh, which game is better, Skyward Sword or Skyrim, for like 2011 Game of the Year thing. And I said Skyrim despite being a Zelda fan historically. And it's like, when you look at it, you know, which game does the sequel to Skyward Sword resemble more? Does it resemble Skyward Sword, implying therefore it was better? Or does it resemble Skyrim more, obviously showing you that that's like the future of gaming or whatever, that people are all jumping on the bandwagon that everything has to be an open world game, which isn't necessarily true. But I mean, open world is less a genre than it is like a, you know, any genre can be open world within it. So we're not really going to do a whole lot. I will play something at some point here, but I kind of just look through and review all this stuff. Like, I assume this is every game I have on here. So the only cartridge I have is the, where is it? It doesn't even show up here. I guess, oh, okay, that's just like an extension. The only cartridge I have is this. So I haven't played Odyssey at all, and quite frankly, I'm like kind of anal about playing stuff in order. So like, I still haven't even played Super Mario Galaxy 1 or 2, or at least I haven't beaten them. So I'd want to beat those before I beat this, but yet I still got it, just for the fuck of it. So yeah, we haven't played this at all. I didn't even, or no, maybe I opened it and just like watched the intro, but I didn't actually play any of it. This I've just gone on to play a couple games of chess or random things, which this is a pretty fun game, but the problem with it is that, you know, it has like a whole bunch of different mini games. The problem with it is the fact that it's probably not going to have a player base on it, right? That's the one thing that your money can never guarantee. You pay for it, you buy it, and you expect, oh, this is going to be good, whatever. But now so many years later or whatever, right, it's just going to be dead, and you're not going to have any use for it then, because it's the kind of game that relies on multiplayer. Sure, you might be able to play against bots, although I almost don't even remember having that option, but like, or you can play like couch co-op with a friend in real life, but like, then why not just play the game for real? Just use an actual chessboard. So this is what we did last time, so I'm not going to do it again. Obviously, Smash Brothers, we went through every character and performed actually pretty badly, so it is what it is. Dark Souls I haven't played on here at all because, again, why would I? Why wouldn't I just play it on PC? I might have actually tried to do like some sort of challenge on here or something, but no, most of what I'll look at the amount of time played in each of these and you'll see. Hollow Knight I don't think I even touched on here because I had almost beaten it on PC, and that was actually one of the series I left hanging on my old channel. I had almost beaten it and I didn't want to because like I was enjoying it so much and I was trying to 100% do a completionist run and find all the hidden walls and stuff like that. And so what ended up happening is, it's not like, oh, I quit streaming so that I wouldn't have to finish Hollow Knight, but and you would have hoped the sequel would have come out by now, but they either canceled it or they keep delaying it. Silksong, that's the true evil of COVID, that it ruined Silksong, because they, right around then, they said they're delaying it because of that or whatever. Nintendo Switch Online, which I don't even think I necessarily have. Oh shit. Does that mean, oh fuck, if I want to play a game of chess, does that mean I won't be able to because I'll have to subscribe to that? Because I like unsubscribed to everything that I was subscribed to just because a lot of it was just wasting money. And you know, I had like 10 things on there costing me $100 a month, and it's like I'm not even using this shit, most of which is console stuff like Xbox Game Pass or PS Plus. Like I don't even use those but once in a blue moon. So but no, this was right around when I quit streaming, and so it's like 2019 to 2021, right? And so I had almost beaten Hollow Knight, not on here, on my PC obviously, and then I just abruptly just stopped, so I never finished it. And in a sense, I didn't really want to, but it was just sort of incidental. Like that was right around 2019, I just suddenly disappeared. So this one I haven't played either, Super Mario Bros. U. Yeah, I'd rather play it on here than get a Wii U, because I've never, that's the one Nintendo console that I sort of skipped, right? Even the Wii, like, you know, I had NES, SNES, whatever, N64, GameCube, and then the Wii I got like either super late, like I didn't get it right when it came out, and at that point I was more into PC gaming, like I was playing WoW and stuff. So yeah, what better way to convert somebody to PC than to show a game that would require like 100 buttons, like you got your 1 through 12, F1 through F12, all these different hotkeys and crazy shit going on. Like that's the whole point, is that it requires so many inputs. You couldn't have that on console even if you wanted to. Like that's a hard mode challenge I should do. Try to play WoW with like a fucking Xbox controller or something. But the point being that I basically skipped the Wii, or I got it late, and then I never got the Wii U. I've never had one, right? And then obviously I had the 3DS, but that would be the one thing that's even harder to stream on than most of this stuff. Although this isn't too bad. You just set this up like a basic, you know, regular HDMI thing. The PS3 is a pain in the ass. And the one game that's actually on here that since I was just doing Red Dead last week, they actually did put Red Dead on here, which on one hand is really cool. I could just do the Bounty Hunter series on here rather than on that one. But it's a shame that they never put it on PC. So this I haven't really touched. Like of these, which have I actually played on here? Like which have I played at all, first of all? Okay, I played Ultimate, I played that, right? I played obviously Dark Souls, but which ones have I played on here specifically where there would be a need to? Okay, this one technically, because it's obviously, I don't think Clubhouse is on something else, but maybe it is, right? Ultimate you would obviously have to have on here, but other than that, everything else that I have played would have been on, obviously, Skyrim. I think I played at least a decent amount. I always use these opportunities of, like, multi-console things to, like, you know, I'll do, like, some specific challenge. So I'll make, like, one permadeath character here and just, like, see how far I can go on the Switch and kind of make it, like, a separate little series of mine. Even again, this is stuff that I do even when I'm not streaming, just, like, whatever. Some sort of RP that you're going through. Don't Starve, obviously, I have on, like, everything imaginable. I have it on my phone. But I don't really necessarily play it that much. It's just, you know, I just have it everywhere just because I like it. Bloodstained obviously was like a precursor to Ritual of the Night or whatever it was, some sort of fan-made sort of Castlevania type game that I think there was a lot of hype around it, and then people weren't really that impressed by it, but I didn't hear too much about it once it had come out. So now here, let's look through. Again, we play that on PC mostly. So again, I just get them just to say like, oh, look, I actually have something on here. It's almost like you waste more money to justify your initial waste of money. Like, oh, I bought the console, so now I got to make it feel like there's some use for it. So therefore, I have to get stuff on here that I'm never going to use otherwise. Obviously, Breath of the Wild, I played like just an hour into the intro, and that was about it. And again, none of this stuff was on stream, so either most of it was like in between that period, 2019 to 2021, where I wasn't streaming anymore, or it could have just been even before that, but I just didn't do it on there. Switch, Minecraft I've never played in any form really too much. A little bit on PC. This thing, I don't even know why I got it. Stardew Valley, and some of the prices for games and stuff on here are kind of jacked out too. Stardew Valley I've never played at all. Yeah, basically none of these I've actually used. That's just a demo. I'd like to look through the shop, but the one thing, speaking of the user unfriendly thing, let's look at two things, and then I'll actually play something, even if briefly. And unfortunately, I guess I didn't have the presence of mind to think that, oh, you know, we're going to have a situation of having to use Switch Online, but that's probably what I wanted to do. We'll just play Clubhouse, whatever, just get my ass beat in chess there, or be a king of the sandcastle and pick on little kids. But just remember, chess is a game where little kids aren't really all that bad. Like, there's no correlation. So I'm gonna look at my overall playtime, and then I'll look at the shop, and then I'll maybe actually play something. I don't know what else I would want to play. Like, there's nothing really, you know, I'm not in the mood to play something like, oh, that I've never played for the first time. Like, I'll play, you know, whatever, Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. Like, these are two, you know, I always save them. Like, oh, you know, I don't want to just do it right when it comes out, and I want to have something to look forward to, but also it becomes stupid when I wait for, like, the sequel to come out. Okay, now I'll do it, so I have the sequel to look forward to, but then I don't even do that either. I guess, like, Half-Life 3 is one good example of that, though. Like, I've beaten Half-Life 2, but I've never beaten Half-Life 1 or the DLC for Half-Life 2. It was like, oh, I'm saving that for when Half-Life 3 comes out. And actually, that's justified because it never has. So me waiting that long or holding off on it is actually kind of sensible that way. So you do have YouTube on here. This thing's almost as good as a phone. But yeah, I mean, look, dude. They were, and I love how they advertised with Skyrim, like all the Nintendo Switch ads had this in it, as if this is like their main flagship game. Like, show fucking Zelda or something. They were showing Skyrim so much. Like, it's a novel idea to have it, yeah, on a handheld, but it's still stupid. Like, so yeah, let me look through. But no, like I said, because it's user on, this I kind of had on. I remember putting this on a while ago, just in case you have it sitting around and somebody wants to fuck with it for some reason, like in a public thing. But again, this is another example of how the Switch doesn't have a USB port, or sorry, a Ethernet, so you have to have an adapter for that. So a basic function like that. Even this, every console has like a lock function in case somebody wants to get in there, which is especially pertinent and useful for a handheld system that you're going to be taking with you. Not that I really even do that, but so the point is you have to do it in some bootleg way. There's no way to actually lock the console and have a PIN code to unlock it like any normal one. Right, even these stationary ones that you expect to be in your house anyway. So you have to go in an app, put on the parental controls, and then you have to do it that way, like in some weird way, and like lock the console as if you're keeping it from your kid, not just like putting a code on it, period, so people don't fuck around with your system overall and like whatever, mess with your, find your credit card information from the shop or something. So the one thing you have to be careful of is don't go into certain settings because it will like leak your IP and stuff, which is utterly ridiculous. Again, speaking of the unfriendly nature, let's just shit on Nintendo the whole time. So I don't think it shows it here, and I'm not going to look anywhere else, right? Let's just double check because friend code is fine, right? It says I'm offline, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. After all the effort I went to hardwire this shit too. Let's just look for what we've actually played on here. The Dissidia, I just think I played like maybe one, or that was just a demo. I don't even really remember playing this, so we just kind of looked at it. This says 5 hours, but I don't think I did it for that long. I did it for like an hour. Maybe I just left it open. I was just sort of anticipating it, like, oh, let's really get in the mood and get immersed. But I'm very particular about that, right? Like, I have to be in the right mindset to do something. I did that like with Danganronpa. I played it on my old channel, and I wasn't in the mood, so I just said, no, I'm not going to do this. And then it took me all the way till like now. So that was like whenever, 2015, 16 maybe. And then I came back in 2021. So it was like 2022. So it's like I waited 7 years to play it again until I was finally in the mood. Stardew Valley. I barely played that. 40 hours. I almost don't believe that. It's possible, though. I mean, again, I keep lying about, oh, I barely use the Switch, and then look at that. But part of this, I think, is like maybe, okay, I would play it like as I'm going to bed, and then I would leave it on, right? And then it would count that as being still open, right? Something like that. So technically, 2 hours or more. Again, I don't think it was even that much, but 40 hours is kind of hard to believe. But you know, some of these are pretty well suited for a handheld. You just go in, do like one run, and then move on. Like it's a nice little thing. And then Minecraft, I don't think I really hardly did anything in there. Why do I have both of these? Like, what even is this? What is Minecraft versus Minecraft Switch? And why? What the fuck? maybe it just like comes with that. I don't understand why you have 2 Minecrafts on here. Played for a little while, 2 hours or more, 3 hours or more, probably just did like 1 run. I don't remember even playing this at all. And presumably they have Ritual of the Night on here as well. So I was just trying to maybe get in the mood, but then I've never played that either. Played for 40 hours or more. Look how they even highlighted in green too. Played for 40 hours or more. That I can kind of understand because I was doing some kind of run with it. 15 hours or more. Okay, fine, not too much. Little while watching YouTube. 10 hours or more is not true though. I didn't play this. See, this is what I mean. I didn't play this at all. Like I must have just literally left it open. I was thinking about maybe doing it. So these are the top couple ones here. Okay, this one I barely played. This 5 hours or more would have been mostly the last stream that I did was 2 hours. So I'm surprised I didn't play it more outside of that. 60 hours or more again. I must have done like some sort of character run. As much as I'm saying I barely use that, I'm kind of getting clowned again. 150 hours or more again. Maybe every day when I would come home before I go to bed, I would just like play 1 game in bed or something and then fall asleep. But then I assume I left it open because I doubt I actually did it that much. 150 hours is a lot, right? 580, like what the fuck? Yeah, I barely used it, by the way. I never used my Switch. That's like 1,000 hours right there accounted for. 2K19, 2K18, but again, stuff like that is kind of perfect for it. But then again, you'll get even more input lag than you normally do on the fucking on a 2K game, like as if they don't have issues enough of their own. So let's look at the shop, and then I'll actually play something. And while we're in the shop, I better hide my thing though. While we're in the shop, maybe I'll just sign up. Hopefully it has my thing in there so I don't have to go through and do it. And so the point of this session was just to use the Switch and basically just show it off, right? Not to actually or now the sound of my keystrokes is going to tell you my password, right? This would be a super internet detective moment over here. Re-enter password. Oh my god, dude. Re-enter password view. Don't you love that how like every sort of site or whatever will have different rules? So like you have to have special character for this one, you don't for this one, so then you end up having different ones. Even if you try to make them the same, which you shouldn't really have to do, right? It can become a problem. So, but no, Red Dead on here would be sort of fun because I could do like that bounty series. But again, for the purposes of this, when I'm doing it on stream, like why wouldn't I just do it anyway, right? Why wouldn't I just use I can use whatever I want? But I guess the reason why that's actually pertinent, let me make sure it's not going to leak anything. I don't know why it's always doing that. Like when I did the one stream, I had to black out that part because I was like, oh, let's do, I like to show it off. Like, oh, look at the console, and I'm showing it like it's a review or something. And then you basically, you got Fortnite on here. You're showing like every menu, every screen, but then you don't realize that something is going to have an issue there. And so the point is that you could do Red Dead on here because it might be one of the best versions of it, unironically. Did they even re-release it for like PS4 and like Xbox and stuff? I'm not even sure. So like this might be actually the best version of it just because it's not on anything else. Not the least of which is it's not on PC, which I find that kind of really annoying. So Nintendo Switch Online, I just won't show any of this because let's hope that it just auto lets me do it. This is the biggest evil of actually modern consumerism and capitalistic society is the whole auto renewal shit, right? You subscribe to something for like 1 month or because you're using it right now, but then everything is always auto renewal and then you have to go in to cancel it. No, it should be the opposite, right? Like if I ran some sort of service like that, I would always be like, no, you're automatically unsubscribed, and only if you choose, like, not auto renewed, and then only if you choose to do it to renew it would that be your point, right? Instead, everything is no auto renewal. In case you forget about it, then you get clowned. That's asking for my zip code. Go ahead and fucking dox me over here. Why is it asking all this, dude? Okay, what's going on now? I have to put my password in again. I mean, the comedy of errors. They're trying to use a Nintendo system, dude. I'm rooting for it, but this is, I wish I could show all this, but I'm afraid to because that's also an element that's not good. Holy shit, dude. And see, that's where I'm objective. It's not like, oh, haha, you hate Nintendo. It's like I'm the one who would be more inclined to like it. First purchase, example, fixed term 30 days. First purchase 115, 214, 316, 415. Like it's even showing you in such great detail. But no, that is a very annoying tendency. I feel like a lot of people would agree with that. Like, why is everything auto-renew? Because then I'll forget about it, right? And then you'll get an extra month out of me. Okay, so that did work, thankfully. So 515 game trial, I could play 2K24, I guess. Which again, the graphics on here are not going to be as good as anything, but that certain games are kind of made for this, right? Like, let me double check that nothing's going to. It shouldn't show anything here, but you never know with this fucking thing. Like certain game, okay, Binding of Isaac is perfect for a handheld, or Skyrim is perfect for a handheld. NBA 2K is perfect for a handheld. Smash Brothers kind of isn't entirely because of the intense way that you would obviously, because of the intense way that you would go about doing whatever, and you need like a better controller, like with a proper joystick and stuff, which you can get those too. And people found a way to use, I think, the actual GameCube controllers with it, some sort of bootleg homebrew type setup. So Grounded would actually be kind of fun on here with the big spiders and stuff. But no, it's not like they catered only to, oh, this is for kids. Like, there are mature games on here, but that's just like with anything else. Speaking of which, hentai girls. Imagine if you get. Now, shouldn't that be, I guess part of it is like your own age that it's acknowledging in there, but like, shouldn't that like not be shown there? If this is like kids, whatever. I don't know. Zookeeper, fun chess. Really? What is this? Isn't this like a, now that's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as fucking fun chess. What are you, stupid or something? But it doesn't look anything like chess. It's just some random. What the fuck is that? I almost would feel obligated, like I have to try that. Okay, so let's just look at what's on here in general, period. It seems like they've, isn't this like some VTuber chick? And it doesn't even have a name on the bottom there, or I guess a lot of them don't. What do you call it? 16 days remaining. What is all this? Oh, just sales and stuff, I guess. It's the fact that basically, they've like sort of put a lot of indie games or other weird things on here, which is a pretty good design space idea, right? Like, it's so convenient, you just kind of put a game on here, but it seems like there's almost like no quality control. Like, oh, they'll just let anything on here that's just like random shit, like a lot of these games that you would find only on Steam. And speaking of no quality control, you're really being serious with this. Hentai girls, Athlete Crush, Hentai girls, puzzle. Like, look, dude, wouldn't you think of Nintendo being a little persnickety to not have stuff like that on there? Like, is this what you want to represent your system? That's what the parental controls and stuff is for. But hentai golf, like, I've never seen these games before, even on Steam or anything. Fine Room 96. Like, there's a lot of cheap little, I don't know what you even call it. Not even like abandonware, but just like whatever. They're like just quick fucking little throwaway trash games that are just meant to be. I don't know. It's like there's a million of these I'm sure you could find. So it's interesting that the Switch is this open to it. It's kind of a good thing though, because, you know, like, why not be the haven of indie stuff if you can't match the top end console? This is what we're left with. Hentai Puzzle Solver, Hentai Stars Platinum Edition. Yeah, give me Doki Doki Literature Club, the most overrated game ever. Like, you just sit there reading fucking text the whole goddamn time, like. And I'm even predisposed to potentially like those kind of things. Yeah, maybe I'll play that chess game, since it is only $2 too. Okay, why am I even looking at this? I was just kind of looking to see if there's anything interesting. Recent releases, but see how fucked up that even is, because there's like way too many garbage ones. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake number 1,000,000. The graphics of that actually don't seem all that good. Princess Peach Showtime. I wonder what that even is. What the fuck? Oh, that is sure is kind of cool. Fortnite, obviously. NBA 2K24, which again, it just kind of suits pretty well for this kind of thing. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I don't know what any of these things are. Endless Ocean Luminous. That looks kind of cool. As somebody who's never played Subnautica, though, yeah, I'll play Endless Ocean Luminous on the fucking Switch before I play Subnautica. Oh shit, this is something I always wanted, actually. Now, is it actually going to be a proper remake, or is it just going to be a, you know, one-to-one thing with the game? This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I always wanted it like on the 3DS or some sort of handheld console, to the point where you can even emulate it like on a phone, right? But still, this is actually an awesome idea. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, I've never played it. This would be actually one thing that would be good, right? Like, rather than try to play, you know, oh, like if I'm trying to stream Luigi's Mansion 2 because I've never played it, like on the 3DS, I could just do it on here instead. So that's why I waited so long, over 10 years to play it. Even though I love the original Luigi's Mansion, right? This is actually the convenient way to do it. So it does solve some problems with that. It'd be easier to stream something on here than the 3DS or than even the PS3, apparently, for like Red Dead. But these are some pretty awesome things. I doubt I'm actually going to do anything with it, but Tears of the Kingdom, obviously, sequel to kind of a weird name. I don't know. It just doesn't... Grounded is kind of cool, where you fight the bugs and stuff. Hogwarts Legacy is kind of nice that that's even on here. Graphics, see, some of the graphics seem so good. Like, that actually looks really good for the Switch, as you see it here, compared to some of these. Super Mario RPG, but the problem that Nintendo has here is they end up basically... they charge you too much. So, like, this is a remake of a really old game that shouldn't cost you more than, like, 20 bucks, but they'll probably release it, like, for full price. Lego, Fortnite, free... Short and Sweet, Cozy Farming, Splatoon. I've never played any of those either. I don't even have any of them. And again, let's say I wanted to go back and play the first one. You probably won't be able to because it'll be like delisted, or it'll be, what do you call it? It'll just be dead even if people are playing it. And then Mario Kart 8 has something weird about it, like where instead of making 9, they just keep doing update after update and whatever, expansion or pass to 8, right? I'm pretty sure. So everybody just keeps playing that. Battlefront Classic I've never played. Stardew Valley we already have. I always like the WarioWare games with the fun little mini games and stuff. That is a series I really liked. The one for the GameCube was really good. Pikmin 4. Man, there's a lot of good shit actually on here though. I can't even argue with the library. And again, the whole strength being that a lot of it is exclusive. I've never played any of the Pikmin games either. And they probably have like a re-release of the original on here too. I kind of don't like that though. I would almost want to play the original just even with all its flaws or whatever, right? Because they'll streamline something that maybe ruins it that I would have loved. Oh, I love the fact that you had to do that super tedious thing every time. Like the water boots, the iron boots in Ocarina of Time. I love the fact that you have to put those on and take them off and go in the start menu every time. Not that I really do, but you should be able to see the game in all its original form with all its pluses and minuses. So if you play it on the 3DS for the first time, you wouldn't really get that. Right, so I'm just a stickler for not only playing stuff sort of in order, even when it's a series that like doesn't have a real storyline to it that would necessitate that, but also, what is that, dude? They're ripping off Super Mario 64 in like the whole fucking hallway. What is that? So like I not only want to play it in order, but I would want to basically do it in such a way that you get to what do you call it? Like play it in its original form too. I wouldn't want to play a remake, re-release. Yeah, they definitely have a good mature variety of stuff. Pokemon Violet. I've only beaten 2 Pokemon games in my whole life, right? Coliseum and the 3DS one, the Pokemon Y. Okay, recent releases. Let's just look at what they're trying to show me here. 1652. But no, I mean, if you look at like how many things are actually on here, it would be pretty amazing to imagine. Right, like their library is actually, wow. Some of these sales are pretty good too. What is the occasion of the sale? So 90% off, $2.99 for Amnesia bundle. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, the whole strength would be like you should only get exclusive stuff on here because anything else you can get on something else anyway. But I get it. Like maybe you want to use it for handheld purposes or something. Chess. Like the problem again is. That's cool, but does anybody actually play it? Like, do I get to, like how there's Steam charts to see like how many people are playing a game? Do I get to see how many people are playing on here, like Nintendo Switch charts? Probably nobody is, and since I already have the other thing, right? Nintendo Clubhouse, I may as well just do that, but I might try that other one, or I'll just look up chess in general. Like, let's look at bestsellers, and then I'll just kind of look up some stuff in general, like Bethesda games on here, and I think the only one bestsellers, Stardew Valley, actually, surprisingly. Princess Peach Showtime, which is a new game, apparently, right? Demo available, I think. I mean, I would assume these are all new. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But see, that's more a successor to, like, the old school style ones that they do, like the Wii U one or whatever, right? Not like the, whatever. What is it? Odyssey. Mario Party Superstar. I hate the mechanic that they did with the new Mario Party games where like you're all in a car and you kind of share the movement together. Like the whole point is to bask in the RNG and how stupid it is. Now, I don't get the whole Minecraft thing with like how I have both I have like 2 versions of it inside. I'm surprised that's even doing that well. Like, huh? Unravel 2, FIFA. It Takes Two. This is almost like a couch co-op type of system that somehow, you know, that's almost more what it's meant for. So what else was I looking at here? I mean, soon it'll probably be some of the same ones like Princess Peach, whatever the fuck. Or again, there is, you know, it's an up and down element. Like, there's going to be too much stuff on here, so I appreciate the sort of indie embracing that they've done. But on the flip side, there maybe should be a little quality control, but maybe their criteria would be like, oh, if it's on Steam, you can put it on here. Or if anything, whatever, if it just exists, you can put it on here. It seems to be the standard that they're using. Now, is he going to dock some information from me here as well? Nintendo Switch Online. Menus being a little bit slow. Yeah, I almost will just end up not even really playing anything. Active membership. Yeah, I'm almost doing this just to test. Like, active membership, individual, no expansion pack. Check, change membership, view content details, game trials. Okay, it doesn't say anything there. So now let's just look at a few things here. Like, first of all, I want to see what is the, like, could you look up just by that? Like, okay, Rockstar. But yeah, is Rocket League on here? I didn't see that anywhere. It should be. It'd be a disgrace if it's not. Like, how could you not have Rocket League on your system? What? Oh, no, it is. It just was blocked off there. So, I mean, that would be free, right? It must be. So, no, not close that. I just want to see the actual page that I'm looking at. Okay, so that would be perfect. Yeah, why play that on PS5 when you could do it on here? This is still... People always say that with games like that. Just, fuck, I can't navigate this. Like, oh, it gotta be played with a controller, as if you couldn't just play it on PC with a controller. Like, how hard is that? What do I want? I want to look at like Rockstar games, and I want to look at, like, I should do almost a test. I could do that with movies. Like, see if this was like a little troll thing I would do, since I used to review movies and I knew so many of them. It was like a cheat code I had. We do like this little challenge or something. Find me a stream. We'd be on a streaming service, and it's like, try to find a movie that they don't have on there or something, and then I would always get it in one try, and it would be so obscure, like Oslo August 31st, a good movie too, but nobody's gonna have that on there. So I could do that here, like, try to look for a game that they 100% won't have on here. But I guess that wouldn't be too hard to do, and not like something, oh, that's exclusive to some other system, because that wouldn't be fair. But something that they could have, like GTA 5, they don't have that. They have Red Dead, GTA Trilogy, God of Rock, which I don't think that's made by Rockstar. It just has that in the name. So, oh, I thought this was showing it was like 31. Maybe it was on sale. Yeah, this would be pretty badass to do, actually. But this would be something I unironically wouldn't mind getting on here, because I can't think of necessarily an entirely better way to do it. Epic Western Adventure and Undead Nightmare. But it's a little expensive. Again, you're paying $50 for what is just a remake, re-release type of thing. You're spoiling what Undead Nightmare is about. Oh, it's about zombies. I didn't know that. Proceed to purchase, eligible for up to $250. I don't know what that stuff does, really. The little coins or whatever. Okay, so again, L.A. Noire is an interesting choice to have on here. I can't really argue with it, but I would have somehow gotten GTA 5 on here. Maybe, again, a lot of it has to do with the company, like... But no, they were also hopeful at the beginning. Like, when Bethesda released Skyrim, they're like, oh, we want a long relationship with the Switch, and then they just don't do anything else on there. Or maybe they kind of do, but it's like, yeah, Bethesda Pinball. That's the first one we got to see there. Fallout Shelter, Elder Scrolls Blades. I mean, just turn this into a mobile fucking platform. Elder Scrolls Anniversary. Yeah, look how they show off the little stupid ass Zelda shield or whatever. Yeah, you'll pay $70 for that. Like, you could just get a fucking add-on mod on your computer. Wolfenstein, Doom Eternal, so Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Yeah, they just jack up the prices though. $70. Like, so not only could you get it on PC, but in this day and age, you can get it for way less than that, and it's always on sale for very low amounts at times and stuff like that too, as if everybody already doesn't have it, and then you have to buy the DLC as well. Like, this is what I mean. Like, maybe that's part of Bethesda putting pressure on them. Like, oh, if we're gonna bother taking the time to put it on your shitty console, then we're going to, you know, ask for more. But no, I mean, this is the whole potential of it. Like, even if the graphics are a little bit downgraded, Right, that's a small price to pay. You don't really care about that anyway. French subtitles, yeah, no, charge me for that too. $6.99, Horse Armor DLC. We just turned this into a whole Nintendo roast though. I mean, look, at some point they're just gonna have to come on home and just put everything on PC. That'd be the best thing for everybody. You can still have your own little handheld dedicated system, right? And that's the whole gimmick of it. You have to justify, oh, not only do you have to buy this because it's we have exclusives, but oh, it's a handheld, so you can't even criticize it for being bad in graphics or hardware or anything like that. And it is pretty good given the fact that, you know, given the fact that it is handheld, but that's almost the whole qualifier. Like, imagine if it wasn't, it'd be only a little bit stronger because that's all that Nintendo can ever turn out. They definitely struggle on the hardware side of things. What else was I expecting to see here? Like, they don't have any Fallout games. They don't have any GTA. No, I mean, they don't have at least GTA 5. Yeah, let's just do that one time. Like, what is something I know for sure they wouldn't have on here that you maybe would want them to I guess I already guessed that. GTA 5 was adequate. So now maybe I'll buy one of those chess games, and then I want to look at one other thing on my console here. Yeah, this is like where the console is the game. Like, I'm not even playing anything. I'm just looking at everything in such exhaustive detail. And this system isn't even the best for that because it's very, what do you call it? I don't know. It's just sort of nondescript. Like even the UI and everything is pretty basic. So the one thing I'm confused about is also the 2 versions of that. I almost want to see that here in my library for a second. Yeah, it only shows the one here, but then no, it shows both. There's no way I would have bought it twice. Would I, like, as much as I just waste shit and whatever? So yeah, let me buy the 2. I don't know if I want to even do that. I should just do it in Clubhouse, but I want to see what that fun chess thing is even. But yeah, let's beat people in random games of chess. Maybe I'll play 1 game in each or something stupid like that. So let's see, Minecraft. Obviously, we have this one is just the base version, and then this one. I assume they maybe came together because I wouldn't have got them otherwise. Okay, let me actually do those 2, and then I'll just play a couple games of chess on here. Of course, the best use of the Switch ever. This is how somebody starts their career as a grandmaster. You play this shit, you get addicted on here. Which, again, Clubhouse is a pretty fun game, and there's a lot of cool stuff on there, like shogi and stuff. But the problem is that it's kind of in a position where, again, is it going to have a player base? You end up waiting, and then you'll only find people for maybe certain games, especially now. Like, obviously, oh, buy a new one that they'll release for $60. Like, fuck, dude. But no, let's actually look through the chess library of games here and then decide. That one actually seems kind of cool. The chess is fun. They made a typo. They forgot to put the word not in there. Let's see. Let's look up anything to do with chess. And again, Clubhouse is probably still going to be adequate enough. Like, how many different versions of the same thing do you really need? Skyrim, by the way. But I mean, like, chess is just chess. Like, what the fuck? Grandmaster chessboard. Chess 199. Chess Ultra 1249. See, like, I have that on PC, but nobody, like, what is this for though? Downloadable content though for what? For which game? Red Deer Games Winter White Chessboard. What the fuck is this even for? Is it for that Chess is Fun game, I guess, maybe? Chess Royal. Let's just get these 2, I guess. Bob Vinnick was some sort of weird thing that was almost trying to be a horror game, but I didn't really get it. Chess Openings and Book Moves. Yeah, have this open in one window if you can, like, multi-box on the Switch and cheat like that. Have the chess openings and books, and then have ELO 1100 chess. Why do I have to pay $4 for that when I have it at home? We have 1100 ELO at home, dude. Zen Chess Collection. Again, this is all dumb because fun. Oh, that must be that one. Fun Chess Game of the Year edition. What was the one that was like $199? Was it Fun Chess or was it like Chess is Fun? Okay, so whatever. I'll do this one. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but there's nothing the Switch makes me want to do more than just randomly waste money. Oh, whoops, I muted the wrong thing. Gotta mute this in case you can hear my keystrokes or something. Okay, so we're going to here, and then we will, I'll just get these two and try them, and again, you're not even gonna be able to find a match. It should have like a warning on the shop, like, oh, you know, this game is dead. This game is not going to have anybody in it, ever. You're gonna flag my credit card, like you haven't used the Switch in fucking years, and now you're all of a sudden you see these Nintendo transactions. Waste of fucking money, even if there are players in here, but let's just try it out. So this is just like a normal chess game, and then the other one is going to be in before it doesn't even have online features. So I also wasted $5 on the fucking Nintendo online service itself to be able to even do this. This is what you have to do. This is how you seek out adequate chess competition. Or now it's going to fuck up because you're going to have to download it, and that's going to somehow take too long, even though it is only chess that we're looking at here. 4 minutes remaining, 2 minutes remaining. Let's go back in the shop. So there was one other one that I wanted to see, and I can't tell if that's the same one because it was like $1.99. It was in like the featured page or something like that. I'm just especially paranoid here because this console does have a tendency to just show more than what it needs to, so I'm just going to be careful. Not like anybody's going to do anything with it anyway. Like, oh, I'll leak my IP. What are you going to do? Hack me? Nobody's going to be that smart to be able to do that. Yeah, let's look through. $1.99 bundle, but this will be just like cosmetics or something. I bet it won't even be the game. Fun Chess Complete Plus bundle contents. Brawl Chess. Wait, what? For loads of fun with this cartoon version. $1.99. It's normally $15. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I guess I'll try it. Successfully download software. Okay, let's do this one. But no, I do like the sales that they're sort of showing that they're going to be willing to do those 90% off and all these kind of crazy things. But you know, compared to Steam sales or something like that, and then you kind of take it for granted because those are just always going to be better and on a superior platform to boot too. Or everything's going to become cross-platform one day. Like you buy it on this and you can play it on that if it's on there. Like you buy it once instead of having to buy a million version re-releases of the same thing. But I guess you technically don't have to do that. It's just that people tend to. So for $10, we got 2 chess games and we got a... there's just nothing that I really felt like even playing, I guess. It's just... Or in the amount of time that I really have here, I didn't really feel like it was... You know, we couldn't really get immersed in something, so we were doing the Twitch stream just to show off. But now we'll actually do these. We'll try one game in each of these, so I'll start with the Clubhouse one. And then we'll try these other 2, but of course, I don't know what the fuck this is going to be. It's not actually even going to be chess, but I think it showed a chessboard in there too. I don't know. Like it'll somehow mix it between the 2 or something, or like that FPS chess where it's like... Yeah, I wonder if that's actually on here. FPS chess where you get to basically you still make moves on the board, but they're kind of unintuitive because you can beat the queen with like a pawn if you're good enough or something, but maybe that's just because I suck or something. What else would I do? I guess I could do like one run in Binding of Isaac, which I haven't played a game of that in a long time, and there's like way more DLC than this. Now it'll be Afterbirth plus, you know, a million times over with a different DLC every time. Like it is one of my favorite games of all time, both of them. The original, you know, Flash version turned into what it was, but it is something that the guy almost milked too much. Edmund McMillen, who's, I don't know what he's done since then, but just everything about it is so good, though. The roguelike element, the ridiculous amount of combinations of things, just the aesthetic, the vibe, even if it's like a little bit gross and whatever, dealing with all these bodily functions and stuff, it still has like such a great sense of style and everything to it. The whole Christian imagery, 7 Deadly Sins, like it's very, very inspired of a game. We could do a run of Don't Starve. Like there's so many things I could potentially do on here, but I just don't see the point, right? Like we're just it's just random. Unless we were to do a series on something that we actually don't have in any other way. Checking if the software can be played. Well, why the fuck couldn't it be played, dude? Well, like it's gone. You're worried that it might go offline just because your whole system itself might. Okay, left and right start. So I did get clowned the last time. Permadeath, or online. Permadeath, fucking. No, why don't you show me my IP here that I'm trying to connect with? Each move has a time limit. Please learn how to play. No, just fucking do a classical correspondence chess game where you can sit there for hours. So let's just do one game of chess here in each of these games, I guess. Where even is it? I can't even find it. Of course, they got to use the knight as the mascot. You can choose up to 3 games. There might be players interested in this game. Probably none of them, because probably nobody actually plays this. Or they'll just have a bot and make it seem like... Yeah, this game is probably completely dead. That's the whole sad part about it. Oh, you have to actually do that, maybe. Ready to match with other players. Enjoy practicing single player mode while we find somebody to match you with. Okay, fine. I keep trying to hit right on the thing instead of... What is all this? Touch controls throwdown. What is it showing me? Oh, it just wants me to do one of these. Yeah, why don't we play checkers while we wait for chess? Random game, change view, dominoes. Yeah, see, I like how much people make fun of even checkers, but then they realize that, you know, you would still have to study it and really be good. You know, oh, checkers is so easy. Also, even if you try to do it, right, you won't be that good because you're not going to be the best checkers player in the world, so people will still kick your ass. Don't tell me this. Dude, I know how to play. Have you seen my fucking stream? Learn a game part 1. I don't care about learning it, dude. No, do the hardest CPU difficulty. Fuck it, dude. Who do you think I am? Let's see. I mean, if nobody joins by the time this game is over, then so be it. Go ahead, bring the knight here. Instructive. This is how you learn the game. What? I thought this was medium difficulty, dude. What the fuck is this? What is this, bro? Maybe I misread it or something, but... And before we still get baited in somehow. Don't allow the pin to occur on the knight. That's always my, my weakness, though. He just blunders his queen, throws it away for no reason. Just fucking clown behavior. Bring out the rook. It shows 1 star there, but I don't get like why. I don't know. Let's just go ahead, pin down, try to trade. Like, I'm always too impatient though, or I feel almost bad for like making people wait. Not in this context because it's the bot, but I'm just saying like it's one extreme or the other. Like either I'd take forever with it, or I'd, you know, if he takes, I take. You go there, we just trade. I mean, trading obviously benefits me regardless what the position is like, because I'm just a trade fiend anyway. Oh wow, what a great sack, dude. You sack almost as well as 1200 rated players on fucking Lichess. So now we go here. And then you take there. Okay, this guy's even... This is like a troll bot, dude. This isn't even like, oh, it's bad. It's like a fucking joke, dude. Go ahead, do the trade. King is in danger of being captured. What? Oh, I misclicked it. Obviously, I'm just trying to RP into it to make it interesting. Fuck. I was trying to move too fast there, but he's still a clown and he trades. So now you really think you can win this position? And before 2,000 rated player in chat would say, oh, haha, technically it's winning for... Like, yeah, you really think it's going to be, though? I might not be the best at end games, but look, dude. Okay, so the point is there are no players. It's just a dead game. That's too bad. Oh, the king can block out this one. We're a good sport, though, because we tried to do it on purpose. Like, can I beat every bot? We'll do the permadeath bot challenge on here. Can I beat every bot without losing a game? Bro. It's my own fault. I should have just not trolled so hard.
Promotion.
Now we're gonna get a fucking stalemate. Yeah, let's under promote. I like the way it shows you those graphs of how they move. You've gotten to the point of promoting, but you still don't know how the pieces move. Go here. He attacks it with that. Like, this is the biggest clown bot that I've ever seen, dude.
Check.
This is like worse than Martin or something. Not that I've even really played Martin, but you don't even have to do all this shit. Let's just practice the whole thing. Wait, so what do you even do from here, though? You got to get him to like shrink in a little more and then keep moving him down and then move him across. Once he moves there, there could be a stalemate possibility. I don't think so, though. My king is like in a weird spot where it might actually fuck things up, though. Fuck, we're gonna get like the 50 move rule or something. You gotta just keep boxing him in here. And then what do? You just keep moving him down. You go here. You move him down. See how boring and unintuitive this sort of thing is? Like, anybody can do what I just did there. Like, it's not impressive, but you go here and then he has the 2 squares to go between. Then you bring the king down. Like some of these things just turn it into some of these things just turn it into an eventuality. Like, that's so impressive that like, it's not something you would think of doing naturally. Like, it makes sense once you know how to do it. But even something like that that's so obvious and so common, it's like, I don't know. It's just not really fun to do. Learning openings, learning end games, all these kind of dumb things. What would happen if the online game started in the middle of that? There's just nobody playing this game at all ever, and that's understandable. Always a game somewhere. The number of people worldwide who play chess, yeah, it just won't be on this fucking console or on this app or on this game. Estimated at over 800 million. See, that might be true, but keep playing and collect more trivia to impress your friends. You can look back anytime through trivia you've collected with LNR in case you ever need to reference it again. Defeat normal CPU. Oh, I guess normal is still the easiest, though. Hard, amazing, impossible. Oh, does that mean I have to beat them to unlock it, or? Yeah, so I guess I had no choice but to play that clown one. I mean, I'm sure it would get difficult. Times played 3. Is that only counting like online purposes or what? One of the most widely played games on Earth. Yeah, but shogi is more complicated, by the way, as is any other game that takes place in real time. What triggers me is just the lies and the propaganda that people tell about it, not even the game itself. That's too bad, though. So, like, that's what I mean. This game is just completely dead and unusable, right? It may as well just not even be. So when it did that check at the beginning, oh, we'll check to see if this game is playable, right? It just didn't even, it should have said, no, it's not playable. Let's go ahead and go back to the thing here. So we'll go to this one. Let's just see if anybody's actually playing it. Which I highly doubt they are. Fuck. How many chess games does it take to buy on here before you actually get a match? That could be a challenge. Playing every chess game on the Nintendo Switch, Mr. Beast, who has the money to be able to do this. Or in before it's not even going to be an online game. Are you serious? Wait, what is this? How do I even... LZR, but how do I play online? This one will fail because it won't even have the option to do that. Or I'll just sit at the chessboard and play with myself. Haha, as Magnus said. Help menu. How do I get back out of here? You go like this. Well, that would be a scam if there's no way to even do that. What kind of a chess game is it? Like, what's the point if you don't get to play online and beat people around halfway around the world? Really? Fine, let's see how the Ultra Bot actually is. That's the AI move. This is the... I kind of like the way you move this. So you like pick it up like more manually. We just did the touch move rule violation. Let's do the King's Indian here. You go like this. You ignore what he's doing. The standard might be a little lower here, but also, yeah, how strong of an AI can the computer even handle here? I'm just ignoring what he's doing. Wait, what? Oh, you have to touch it with the rook. Okay. AI move. Look at it even loading and stuff too. So yeah, this one doesn't even have online play. I assume the other one will, but imagine if it doesn't. So now we just start to try to, let's see. Bring this out to here, which is probably pretty safe to do. He puts the thing there. I'd be fine with that. We can put this here. If he takes, I still take. The one thing I'd be more worried about is the pin if you were to do that. That's perfectly fine. It should let you look around more freely when the AI move is loading, though. Like, it's very finicky. Now, if I was to do that, you want to put this here. So you put this here, here. That would kind of make sense, I guess. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the other pawn, though, necessarily. Doesn't seem to be playing at a particularly crazy level, but who knows what's going to happen. There's this one pawn that's sort of the odd one out that we're left with, where I'm not exactly sure what's happening with it. So this is pinned down. This is kind of a thing that I hate to allow to happen. We could do the knight covers knight, which is typically not actually a good move to do. Right, to put the knight there, I think generally is not correct. But let's just do it anyway and just move the queen then. Moving a pawn, we're moving a queen. Just get it sort of unpinned in case something happens. I'm not even really looking at what he's doing enough. But he's not going to make any obvious mistakes at least. So this pawn is really the weird one that I can't figure out even entirely what we're trying to do with it. In fact, I almost don't want to do anything at all, but I would like it if he trades this, but he's going to create some sort of other problem. Anyway, like, I don't know. You could move this knight now basically wherever you want, but I can't figure out really what you'd be wanting to do. It's just sort of middle game pawn play that I start to really have problems with because it's not super obvious or intuitive, or, you know, you don't know exactly what you're trying to do with it. So basically both of those first two that I tried to play don't even have multiplayer capabilities in them. See, the point is I could do a lot better, but then I'm going to just be impatient and like try to... This shows you he's a good player because he's denying the trade, right? He's denying the trade to the extent that you're able to... For fuck's sake, bro. He's denying the trade because he doesn't want to give up what could be potentially a better threat later, right? He's not just doing a trade like a clown like me who would just do it just because I'm lazy and I just want to have something happen. The problem is I can't really figure out what to do with this position. Like, I have no idea. Not that it's even bad, I just don't know. That's the thing. Like, let's try to push this one all the way up to here, which currently here is not being attacked, since that's like the odd pawn out. Now you put the thing there, which isn't really a big deal at all, come to think of it. You wouldn't want to do this because you open... Actually, normally I'd say that. I mean, you probably still don't really want to do it, but if he takes there, I take. It's going to be kind of the same situation, but I guess this gives me the ability to take back with the knight, and he gives him sort of less initiative with one of his pieces in there. So now you take here, I take there. I'm just double checking. It moves very slowly, both in terms of whatever the camera, but also in terms of the bot and stuff. Like, I wonder what Stockfish level or what rating would the spot really be playing at. It doesn't seem bad, but it's hard to judge it maybe this early. So this is not a terrible spot, but I just have to remember that that's there. Like, let's just go here and try to break this thing open, because if he takes, I take, and then he can't take, right? So this seems like an okay move to make. You get your little V-shaped structure that you want, but you don't necessarily want to take it yourself, because if you take it, then you leave your own pawn split. If he takes it, then I can reinforce in whichever way I see fit. So now I'm just going to leave it there forever and be almost like a little bit lazy about it. Let's bring this back just because I'm kind of worried about its positioning there. Now he brings the knight in. Now I would take this knight without hesitation, just because, again, even as much as I like to trade, that doesn't seem like a bad trade necessarily. We're going to come to find out this is actually like a GM level bot, and I'm just doing this well because I'm just that good, right? So you go here, and then he takes the thing, and then whatever. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing, man. I can get to these positions every time where it seems like, oh, look, it's a nice back and forth competitive game. But then something happens where I'm just like lacking some sort of innate knowledge or something. I don't know. If I go up, I'm trying to move the rook so I can create like a double diagonal with that, but that's just not going to be a good move either. I should almost try to move the knight, but I can't figure out where. Like, is there an octopus knight position? You could potentially put it here if you take this, right? So that would always give you incentive to potentially take it. If you go here, it's not being attacked by anything. Right, nothing is pinned, nothing is amiss. You could put the knight there, but you don't necessarily even want to. So the reason why is because now you'll open your diagonal, but then he'll immediately take it, I imagine. Right, but at least we have an open file to potentially work with here as well. So if we have the open file to work with, then we're in a position where we simply go back with the knight. We go back with the knight. There's not too many places to go to, so I'll just go here. And then it's on the open file. It's covered. It's being attacked by the thing. By the queen. Covered by the queen. My queen's actually in a really weird spot. I don't normally play like this, actually. It doesn't normally end up happening. Okay, I can't do that. I can't take the open file. I've underestimated him there. And you can't do this because then he'll take... No, you could. See, this is a ballsy trade bait move. If he takes with the bishop, then I take with the knight. If he takes with the queen there, then sure, I lose the bishop, but he'd have to do it. He'd have to give up the queen to do it, so he wouldn't do it. Right, so now you do it here, and then his queen is still not moved, which shows you how good of a player he actually must be. Don't underestimate it just because it's in some random game on the fucking Switch. Like, you know, anything can be a good chess AI. So that one's not covered. So now you'd like to trade off the rest of it and sort of liquidate the position. I don't see what he can really do about these. Like, what is not covered? What is even not covered here? This is covered. This is covered ultimately by the king. So what you have here is simply a position to go here and take the open file, because now everything else is traded off. It doesn't even give you feedback of like where the pieces that have been captured are. Like, at least give us that on the side, right? You got like a little vial of something over there. Now, you don't necessarily want to take here. You maybe even want to create a double stack here. You don't necessarily want to take here. And the reason why you don't want to take here is because of the simple fact that then it gives him the open file again, right? You almost want to wait. I almost want to move my knight, but I don't know where exactly to move it. That would be good, right? Like, the octopus knight position is not going to be available at this time. You could go like this, and then you could take with the knight, and then you could put the thing behind it, as if that couldn't potentially get me in trouble too. But it's still covered by the queen and covered by the knight. So now this is still covered by... Like, he's too trade happy, though, at this point. Like, where... Now, he didn't move the rook. If he takes that, right, then I take back. But that's an awkward pawn structure, so I almost feel obligated to take. And so that doesn't do anything at really a high level. Maybe I'm just good at playing bots, because it's like... If you don't give them anything super obvious, they'll settle for sort of a stale drawish position, whereas a player is going to take more initiative and actually try to win. You know, that might be a bad take to do. And the reason why that's a bad take to do is because it lets him come in with the knight too easily. Whereas if he takes, then I take, then he could still double take. But what if I just keep going and say, fuck it? It could make it hard to cover this in the future. But his knight at least doesn't have a bunch of quality spaces to which to go, right? Now we raise this, even though we don't have a particularly great cover on there. And then we just got to address the knight position in such a way that... Is it going to give us like a proper analysis or something? Like, you might come to realize... Let's not get cocky, but like, you might come to realize, oh, this is like the best game I've ever played, because somehow... I don't know. Like, where do I want to put the knight, though? This is the problem. This is an octopus knight position, right? So you should be trying to get it here to whatever that is called. You go here. I got to figure out. Wait. You go here. You're trying to basically go to... you'd be double attacking that, right? But more importantly, you're trying to get here. So the best way to almost do it is to trace it back. Like, okay, you can't go here. You can't go here. You can't go to any of the ones on his side of the board. So we would have to go to here, but we can't, right? We'd have to go to a square that it could go from there, and I can't figure out where that is. Right? There almost is no square. Let's just pose a simple double attack on there. He moves it up. And again, I'm almost still willing to do this, because what is the next move? The next move isn't to try to trade. It's to try to get the octopus knight. So no matter what he does, unless he somehow puts his knight in vicinity of that, you should be able to get the octopus knight here at least still, right? He takes, I take. Oh shit. Okay, that's a high level move right there. You agreed for the Octopus Knight. And so now you can't move the queen. Maybe I just cover the queen. And then we'll see what happens. But that was a good move. That was a really good move. In such a way. Oh shit. Oh shit, now he's turning it on in the late stage of the game. We can go here and give a check and then get the Octopus Knight out of it though in the process, right? That check sound was kind of unpleasant. He goes ahead, he moves there, then I go ahead, put this Octopus Knight down with the thing also still covered, with the queen still safe. Now this Octopus Knight should potentially win me the game. The problem is that I don't know. Look at it, look at it. We're getting a high level bot, whatever this is, to actually offer a queen trade. Now if I was a good player, I should actually take it, but because I'm a lazy, dumb clown, it's like, it's sad because this is why I don't like chess. Like, it feels like you can be as good as you want to be, but you have to actually really... It's just dumb. I don't know. Something about it is just dumb. There's something weird that happens here. Like, I guarantee you... But sometimes these AI things are inflated though over people, but it's like, I don't know what this is actually supposed to be. So effectively it should be a draw. I'll probably still fuck it up though somehow. But there's just so little on the board. Like, how is he going to take into account threefold repetition? Like, I don't know. Like, what would he do? He would like double attack. He would like double attack this. Right, and even though I have this Octopus Knight position, it's not really doing anything for me right now. So he'll get to a position where you can double attack this, and then I can't do anything. And my king won't get there, you know, quick enough if you just... But then I guess I'll be taking something else on the other side, so maybe it'll be fine. Moving his king in as well. It's gonna be hard to really do anything with this, though. Just don't give him a fork or anything. He's actually moving the king too. Great minds think alike. It's kind of weird because you can't get through there. So you have to go around. You still can't get through there. Like, I'll make a move like this just to try to force something to happen, but then I'll end up losing. Like, all I want to do with it is basically cover the one thing. Right? The one thing, this pawn with that. So now if he comes into there, we have the rook cover potentially onto there, right? And so if you do that, he brings the rook there, which I don't really care about. So now the king covers on this side, potentially, and then you also cover that. Now he'll have to like double attack, and he'll have to bring the thing actually in. He'll bring the rook like in and behind, and that would kind of fuck me over, actually. So what you have to do is you have to... But he didn't even give a check. But no, what you have to actually do is you have to figure a way to keep the rook out of the game. So, I don't know. You want to stop it from coming in by being on one of these particular squares here, even though you also want to be within arm's reach of covering that. So it's kind of confusing to actually say nothing would stop him from coming here, but you got to account for the other two moves. So even though this doesn't seem like a particularly great move, you're going to just want to keep going back and forth here, I guess. Like, if the rook comes in, so like, let's look at what the knight can do. Give a check here, but that's not a particularly great spot to go. There's almost nothing else of interest that really is going to happen here, so let's just assume that this is fine. Now, where does he end up going? You can't go there. If I take, like, see, if this is the thing. If I let him take, I get a passed pawn. So that's objectively good. The problem is that then it'll be weak somehow. Like, he'll just take it. But in the process of him taking it, I get another passed pawn. So look at that, advanced level brain thinking, even though now he's going to get like 2 passed pawns in the process. But how does he really stop this when we're already in such a great spot to go? What the fuck? Maybe I'm over at... Wait, what? Wait. What? Where's the promotion mechanic, bruh? Change pawns. R. Wait, where's my queen? What? AI move? Like what? Did he just resign or something? I just broke the game by... What happened? Grab P, zoom, change board L, main menu, help menu, lock camera, change pawns. So the change pawns is just like their cosmetic. It's not actually the promotion mechanic. So I got promoted, and nobody's ever done this before in this game, I guess. So we actually just broke it. What the fuck? I mean, you obviously win there against whatever, like the game is salty and it just resigned or something. Like it's not even giving you any feedback. Like what happened? The AI can't figure out a move, so we just win. Okay, I guess we'll consider that a victory over whatever that bot is. Which again, that seemed like a solidly played game though. I could re-enter that into a thing. Like, oh shit, why am I sweating? My hands are actually sweating on the controller. Okay, let's try the Brawl Chess one, and then maybe we'll do something else just for the fuck of it. Fuck. High level chess. Like, that game actually perfectly shows you, though, my style. Like, there was nothing you were giving him that was easy, so unless you're really good, or you really know what you're doing, and I played it kind of fast, too. So I assume this is not going to be anything that is actually remotely, let me guess, this is not going to be online playable either. 1 player, 2 player, game difficulty. Let's do expert, SFX. I'm just wondering how the thing would work. Like, how does the actual game work with respect to chess itself? Princess, Prince, Barbarian, Fairy, Dwarf, Elf, Ghost. Okay, let's do Princess versus... choose your opponent's hero. I guess I just got baited into thinking that I got baited into thinking that these games would be playable online, and I guess they're just not, which again, at least this might have more interesting mechanics than the base game of chess. But what is even the point of this? I don't get it. So it's his time and it's like 6 seconds, 7 seconds in, or is it what's happening? It's I don't really know how it works, so... But it's showing 17 on his side, right? I'm the princess. So this is the king, this is the queen. So what would I normally do? As white here, I would do this opening. So how is chess actually going to factor into this? So that's my only big concern here. You can see him kind of targeting that, or what is it? Why am I... Oh no, that's me. What? Wait, but I thought we're playing against, I thought we're playing against, like, an actual player. Or whatever, even an AI. I'm confused. Choose your hero, choose your opponent's hero. You have to hit, like, what? You hit that? I don't get it. I was able to control both, which I don't necessarily even want to do. That just switches them, but then how do you just like confirm it? You go with that, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh, there we go. Okay, that one works. So I'm playing as black. Let's just play it like a normal chess game and see like really what happens. But see, at least this has a certain sense of style and everything like that to it that I can appreciate, right? Despite whatever gimmicks it might have. Like, is that really all it is? It'll just have like a different visual style, but it's actually still the game. You get these little sounds and stuff like it's battle chess or something. This is what you buy a Nintendo Switch for, to literally do this. This is it, dude. I mean, it was only $2, but I'm just saying, like, this is kind of dumb too, that you would, fuck, not be able to play it online is the point. And how do you determine like the difficulty and stuff? And again, really, what is the point of this? Because it's like, is it just a normal game and it just like looks a little different or what? You go ahead, you bring the bishop out, you go ahead, bring the knight out even too. Moving the queen too much in the opening. What are you, me as a kid? Fuck it, I'll keep harassing the queen, I don't care. literally trap the queen in the opening, which I'm not actually gonna do, but look at that. This is why you don't move the queen. Instructive moment. Where's my Darkstar Bishop? We'll go ahead. We'll take this, but we can't because he has the knight obviously there also covering it. Oh, it's not letting me undo the move. Touch piece, move, rule. Is that actually true? I can't untarget it. Fuck. Or no, you can just move like another piece altogether. Let's move this knight out of the way because that's not a very good spot for it to be in. Okay, now I put myself in an awkward spot with respect to the... See, now I'm playing like total clown mode, though. That last game, at least, I took sort of a little bit seriously. Now I'm kind of clowning it up. You have the double stack there, but you don't have the ability to actually take it on thanks to the bishop. What? Oh, shit, you do actually have the ability to take it. And the act of doing that would... Oh, shit. But see, I kind of walked myself into that in a way that I didn't need to do. So I don't know how good this AI would actually be there to say that, you know. Okay, whatever, dude. So we beat like a high level bot there and then we lose to this. But how do you actually even determine... Oh, I guess we did choose the highest difficulty on here as well, didn't I? I mean, it's got a nice aesthetic to it, but I'm disappointed by... You would have to look in the shop and find, like, does this game actually have online multiplayer capability? Because that's the whole point of the game. Maybe I should do one other thing. Not that I'll get another one of these, but I'll, like, show one of the games that I actually have. Hey, welcome back, Nightmare. You missed this epic chess gameplay where I beat, like, a high-level bot. So much so in this that it actually crashed the fucking game. Chess on Nintendo Switch. But yeah, let's see if one of these actually has online capabilities. You're scared? Why? And I guess it doesn't really matter what you're playing it on because that was still supposed to be a pretty good one. It's almost like I play better against better opponents because I'm better at those stale, drawish positions that are just like so fucking boring. Beat a high level bot. Oh shit. Yeah, I beat on there yesterday Danny Wrench, 400 rated international master. Ding, chilling moment. Yeah, which chess game should I buy next on the Switch here? Let's look at this. They're all dead and they don't even have an active player base, so I can't even do it. Or I could play Minecraft on here, actually. Can I beat you? I mean, I can, but not regularly, obviously. Or I'm getting to the point where maybe I could, but I just still have to study. I got kind of scammed. I bought a couple games here that I thought I'd be able to play online for chess, and I couldn't. Just because they're all dead or they don't actually have that. Like that one. Chess Ultra is not... I mean, at least Chess Ultra, you know, you can potentially play online. Chess Classic board game. Like, who would buy that on here just to play it as a single-player game? I guess a clown like me who doesn't know any better. But wait, how do you actually close the software? I still don't know how all the functionality and stuff on here. Okay, X. Okay, so here, let's look at what else. I want to play, like, maybe one more thing, even if briefly. Like, let's just go in here and look at what our Dark Souls character looks like. Because, like, what have I actually played that we could review what we've done? Because, like, I haven't played Odyssey really at all, even though it said 5 hours. I already failed that. Hollow Knight, I don't think I even started, really. Let's look at, like, my Skyrim and my Dark Souls characters, at least. Everything else is, like, pretty much... I wouldn't have done anything in there. Like, I do have 2 versions of Minecraft on here, but I've still never really played it. Like, let's just look through each of these and see what the deal is. What would happen if I went into 2K19 or something? I guess I could still do, like, the campaign or something. Right, whatever stupid-ass story mode that they do, but it's not going to let you actually play online. Because not only do they release a new game every year, but after a year or 2, they make the old ones lose online support, so you would have to buy the new one. Right, like imagine paying $60 for a sports game every single year just to do basically the same fucking thing over and over. It's like buying a new phone every time it comes out or something like that. So I was doing some kind of challenge on here of some kind, and I can't remember what it was. Or like I would have just created some sort of weird character build. I don't know if this even has the other From Software games on there, like would it have Elden Ring and stuff? That's one developer I should actually look up on the shop. Yeah, this was less of a play session to play stuff and more a session just to kind of fuck around, I guess. Wait, what? You have to hit like B to load it. That's weird. Of course, I would have forgotten all in before this was like a permadeath run character that I was trying to do, and I'm gonna die just because I've forgotten how the controls work and shit. Not that I would have ever lost my touch or anything. They got like the Black Knight sort of shit. I got Havel's. Okay, that's the power block or whatever weapon. A Risk already breaking my fucking weapon. We were probably about to fight Artorias or something here. I don't even remember where we were. How do you jump on here though? It's not the same thing where you like hold it down and then... I actually don't even know. Oh shit, you hit the button, you hit the stick in. You get all these online help messages. Good luck. Jumping. Yeah, I don't know exactly what this character was supposed to be, but we're like some sort of weird hybrid between a strength character and a dex character, maybe? I don't even know. I would always do like these one stat only characters, even in my first playthrough. That is a very upside down keybind, that B is meant to be A, where you're actually interacting with stuff. Like, what is my thing? I'm 50 strength, 24 dex. That might have been what it was. I was trying to be a character that was like double dex for every strength you have or something. Like, what other weapons and stuff do we have? I did like this painting thing role play, like, oh, we're a thief trying to steal the painting in the painted world, or like we get sucked into the painted world as we try to steal the painting, and that's why like the dexterity character ends up going into there, whereas I kind of did a split where every character would go in a different location to fight a boss for the first time, like when you go to the Anne Orlando split. So like the mage would go to fight Seath the Scaleless, the intelligence character, then the other one would go to no, the mage went to fight Nito, because Nito's like a necromancer, so that's the closest thing to a mage. Like they all went on their own little missions. Black Knight, Great Axe. I don't know what the fuck I was doing with this actually, I have no idea. But basically, I've always said about this game, this is like the Castlevania Lords of Shadows that we deserved. Basically, it's a successor to the 2D Castlevania games, but it's actually so much, you know, I won't say it's better, but it's worthy of that, of the best Castlevania games. But the actual Lords of Shadow games and stuff like that didn't live up to that standard, right? It has the same gothic vibe, it has some of the same enemy types that you would think of, it has even some of the same storytelling sort of themes and all that, you know, everything about it, art style, gameplay, itemization even is kind of like that with at least some of the newer Castlevanias, like Symphony of the Night and stuff. So like, yeah, I don't know what this character really was. Did I have like other characters on here or something? Let me see. I almost feel like the Skyrim one was like a sneak character. I was trying to do a stealth only character and just be like super pussy out. Load game. Yeah, let's see what other ones we have on here. Frisch Firelink Shrine. Let's look at that one. 50 hours. Huh. I guess some of that could still be AFK time. I'm surprised I would have spent this much time dicking around on here anyway. Grass Crest Shield, best in slot because of its stupid stamina regeneration thing, which nothing else really does that. The kind of shield that you would use even if you don't use shields, because you're not using it for the manual effect. What was I trying to do with this guy, I wonder? Just random stuff, I don't even know. Tiny Beings Ring. Cover it. Oh, I think I was trying to make almost like a lifesteal build, like where you get all the things they give you like life over time or something like that. I think. I don't really know. I always try to like come up with these different formats and weird things to do with characters. So L, the light trigger is this, and this is the heavy trigger. Or like we'll try to do a run where we're cursed the whole time, as if it's like Demon Souls 1. If you die once, you get cursed and lose half your life. Like what a casual game Dark Souls is, that it simplified that, right? If you die at any time, you just automatically lose the whole fucking half, instead of just losing like little bits by bit or whatever. That they made this so much more player friendly. Already belonged to this covenant. I was actually trying to exit out. Yeah, nothing really super exciting to see there, but I am surprised that, like, would anybody be playing this online still? I guess I technically was, just in that sense. But yeah, let's look up actually the From Software games, and then I'll check out some of my other characters or whatever in some of these games, just see what I had done with them. Let's go back to the shop yet again, and I have to enter this shit every fucking time. So this is the worst feature of it here, just that you have to be so paranoid about entering your password or showing IP information or dumb stuff like this every single time. But no, I mean, I like the system, right? It has a certain charm to it. I just don't see the point of it for somebody like me, who's a hardcore PC gamer who uses a fucking gaming laptop. But still, it's not that much more expensive. Like, between at least all the different consoles that you would get, like if you get the Switch plus the Xbox or something, or you get a couple different ones, or you get all these other weird upgrades to your setup, right? It ends up being kind of just as expensive in the end. Okay, so this is the last time looking at the shop. Yeah, but why did I see the Reddit was like $31? I looked it up like online just out of curiosity on the Switch, and now it's showing $49. It must have like there was a sale and it just went off. Not that I was gonna buy it anyway, but it is that and like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon are two legitimate ones that I could do on here just if I was gonna beat it, or if I was, I'm playing it for the first time, or just to do my bounty hunter challenge and stuff like that. Even though I like the raw experience of playing it on the older one, something always doesn't seem like it captures right about that. It seems like a little blurry or something. Maybe that's just how the PS3 is and I'm not used to it because I barely play stuff on there. But let's look up From Software here. How do we do the space? I forgot. Why? But yeah, like the UI and the sound design and everything of this is like very understated, which does not even mean it's bad, but it's almost like uninspired a little bit. Just the background and the title screen, and it's just very bland. So here we get to, wait, what? Well, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, you have Dark Souls, so obviously that was it. Okay, I'll just look up Dark Souls and Elden Ring. I mean, those are really the two. Or like maybe Demon Souls would be. No, but I mean Demon Souls couldn't be because that was always only exclusive anyway. Having a lot of trouble getting used to these keybinds. Oh no, I typed in KKK, now I'll get banned. I'm really not trying to though. Fuck, it like lagged out, so now it's doing this in a super delayed sense. Can't even handle its own shop menu, the system. Okay, what's going on, dude? What? I'm not trying to do this. Okay, go back to there. Just look up Dark Souls and Elden Ring, or maybe something else. Yeah, will they put The Last of Us on here since they put it on PC finally? That was always something I had wanted them to do, but then the PC port was apparently really bad, but mods and stuff like that can fix it over time. That's the whole beauty of it. At least if you put it on there, let the fans do the work for them. So make the shittiest PC port ever, like GTA 4, but it's still worth it because you get to, just deal with that. Have other people fix it over time, or you'll find a way to make it work, or you'll overcompensate with having just a better system and stuff like that. Like, can you search from here? Like, if you see like the developer, just show me everything by the developer, even though I just tried to look it up manually. Bandai Namco, maybe that's what you would have to look up, but whoops. Oh fuck, I hate these keybinds, dude. I mean, I guess I'm going to assume they don't really have too much on there. Ashen Nightstorm Isle. Ashen was actually kind of a pretty good game, but shouldn't Nintendo be salty about the fact that they tried to copy Breath of the Wild with it or something like that? It's like it's trying to copy Breath of the Wild and Dark Souls combined or something, like an open world Dark Souls type of game. Let's see. So here, let's look at Elden Ring, which I kind of highly doubt is on here, but I actually have no idea. Elder Scrolls is on there. Yeah, see, it won't have it as a suggested, which means it clearly wouldn't be on here. Yeah, obviously Demon Souls would not be on here. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't theoretically be on here, though. Like, even if the graphics weren't necessarily all that good. Okay, we're done with the shop. Let's just look at a couple more things here. We're like to see where we could have left off in a game. Like, what is my Skyrim character gonna be? It's gonna be some jacked out thing that's gonna be like, again, my whole class philosophy in RPG is like you're defined by what you can't do. So like I do one thing and one thing only and try to make the most of it. So like I would be a sneak character, right, and do it as like a challenge, but I can't do anything else. Like I can't use I mean, I can obviously use daggers or bows or probably something like that to do sneak damage, but like I can't do anything else as far as you know, I can't use magic or I can't use two-handed weapons or strength or anything like that. So I'd limit myself maybe some way or do something along those lines. Although whenever I do like a permadeath thing with Skyrim, it would be more like a session thing. Like if I play the session, if I die, then I don't get to save it until the end of the session. So I wouldn't keep my progress, but I wouldn't do it like overall or like I'm going to delete my character that I've spent 1,000 hours on just to whatever. That would be kind of unfair, right? Or like I would make a new character and maybe do a permadeath run with that, but not even a permadeath so I try to beat the game, just permadeath to see whatever I want to do, because I've never beaten the game and I always just kind of wander around and just do random stuff. Continue from your last save game, which I don't even know what it's going to be. Notice when you play with the Joy-Con attached to strap, yeah, I've never done that. What, are we going to use motion controls for a game like this? So only level 15. But I do think I played this at least a decent amount, or at least according to the thing it said, like maybe... I can't remember. Yeah, it's sad when NBA 2K is my most played game on here, but I mean, it would be like you'd come home and just play one game and just go to bed and leave it online, or leave it on and forget to turn it off or something. Most Nords of Skyrim assume the dragons were only a legend until now. Yeah, we've seen that like a million fucking times. Come up with new flavor text, dude. Or yeah, now you're gonna have console loading times too. You got a solid state drive for this thing. Attacks can be blocked with either shield or weapon, but shield are much more effective. That is weird that I would have only been level 15. I must have a higher level character on here. I must have just been messing around with a different one. Smithing skill is used to create... Okay. That's simulating what it would be like on PC if you tried to read something like this. It would always load before you get to actually do that. Really? Level 15 is all I did, huh? But I must have jerked around a lot. And again, maybe if I die, I don't save it. I spent 35 hours and I only got to level 15. So I must have really been dicking around a lot. Or maybe character selection. Oh, there might have been another one though too. Is that me right now? Braun? Wait. I want to see. Okay, character selection. No, I guess that's all I did. That's actually kind of unbelievable. I would have thought I had done something else. I don't know what I was even trying to do. Survival mode adds the need to eat, sleep, stay warm. It adds additional changes such as no fast travel, reduced carry weight, leveling. Only see survival mode entry. Enable it. You can enable, disable it at any time. That is kind of a fun thing that they would add at certain times though. Because, you know, I remember seeing that in Fallout and things like that. I can't remember what type of characters I was really trying to do here though. Like maybe I had to be a werewolf all the time, or... I don't know what I was doing with it. But yeah, that is shocking. Only fucking level 15 in all that time. Let's see Hollow Knight. Like, how far in Hollow Knight did I get? Like, I'll just go through every single fucking game. There's no use seeing Breath of the Wild or Odyssey, though, because that I really just would have done, like, the intro. Like, this I'm probably just still in the starting town. I doubt I even really played it. But it's a real shame that Silksong never came out. I don't know if they really have canceled it or not. Automatically saves data. Please do not turn off the software. Yeah, I came so... I'm almost weird like that. Like, I would come... Wait, I didn't even start a game. What the fuck? This is what I mean. Like, this is like a cosmetic console. I just have it just to have it. I thought I at least walked around in the starting town. Or maybe I did, but I just didn't save it. But even as it said, it probably would have already saved it. But again, like, why would I want to play it on here if I could just play it on PC instead? Certainly to finish it, but I don't even know if I would still have my things saved or whatever, because that was like on a different computer and stuff. Yeah, it's almost like when I get towards the end of a game like that, when it isn't really open world and I can't play it forever like Skyrim or whatever, I almost don't want to finish it. So like you know, I don't want to finish it, so then I would just stop playing, or I would just really try to be completionist with it. Binding of Isaac, I doubt would really show me anything that I would have done. Maybe some overall achievements for your whatever. Like, it keeps changing the title screen if you update is available. Is that an update for the thing or for my console? Probably for the game, right? Thankfully, we didn't have to download anything too big here. 10 minutes. I mean, you can still keep doing it while I look through the rest of these, or maybe you can't. Let's just look through what else would be relevant. I doubt I did anything in Minecraft. I guess we could look at Don't Starve briefly. Yeah, none of these I would have really done anything in otherwise. Minecraft, like I said, I don't remember even playing. Yeah, let's just look at Don't Starve once this is done, I guess. How long do you have to wait for this shit, dude? 3 minutes. I guess you could just start it anyway. But yeah, every time I play on the Switch, this is what I end up doing too. I just look at the console and then I don't even do anything. Not because, oh, it's so interesting, but because I can't even decide what to do with it. It would have to be something that's exclusive that would really make me want to do it, right? Like even if it's not exclusive to the Switch, but like something, you know, Nintendo exclusive, so that would at least feel justified. Like, am I going to pay $59.99 that I'm sure they'll charge for it to play Thousand Year Door again, even though I've never done like a permanent run of it or something, even though it's one of my favorite games. But I'd be more like in the modding scene of that. Like if I did I would, in fact, that's supposed to be my next main series, like my main hard mode series, but you couldn't do it on here. Like I would do a mod of it where it just makes it harder, right? Like how I did Paper Mario hard mode, I do Paper Mario Thousand Year Door hard mode of some kind. By the time I do it, you won't even be able to use that mod again. It'll somehow have gone offline, or you'll never be able to find it anywhere or something, because I've stalled out on that for so fucking long. So I don't know what I would even be expecting to see in here, but no, whatever. At least now my setup is like complete. Not that I didn't use these things before, but basically I've just been sort of reveling in all the console usage as much as I make fun of them and shit all over them all the time, right? There's a sort of novelty to it, but it almost feels useless, and it certainly feels like a waste of money at times, especially when you own some of the same copies of the games multiple times over. Like, it's not like I don't have PC on fucking, I don't have like Skyrim or something on PC. That was a whole lot of nothing that I did. At least I thought I could play some of those chess games like actually online. But the one thing that's kind of weird about this is the volume is almost a little bit too low, right? Because I'm not I don't know what that would show you. Like your heart's broken, so like what are your stats overall? 9 deaths, 76 items, mom kills 1, secrets 27, best streak 1. I guess I didn't do particularly well, but I didn't play it that much either. Like, I don't know if you can change the audio in here somewhere. Okay, let's look at Don't Starve. And then that will be pretty much it. So there's nothing really too exciting to see. Just a character that I spent 35 hours on, apparently, in Skyrim, that I only got to level 15. Not that that really matters, but this is very different from what I remember. It's almost spoiling certain things. I don't remember seeing pigs interact in, like, a community like that. Like, this is one of my favorite games ever, but I've never really played it that much. Like, I've never gotten too far in it. Like, I play it super slow plays, like how I've been doing Ark, where, like, I get through the first winter or something, right? And then I just kind of am playing it, like, super blind, so that can be very difficult to do. 110. Let's just kind of look at it, although you won't be... Yeah, all these loading screens and stuff I don't remember actually seeing these. Yeah, the art style of this game is very distinct, and I've always done that, like with survival games. Not that I played too many of them, but I'll play it like truly super blind. That's what I would want to do with Minecraft if and when I ever actually do play it, is like you play it super blind, like how I'm doing Ark, and it's just like wherever it takes you, and that's how you want it to be. Your menu is like somehow bigger the way they... Oh, because it doesn't want you to open it in like a particular window. It's just open all the time or something. This just doesn't feel like how you would ever see it on PC with like 2 rows. You'd have to like go inside of it, and then you could fit a whole lot of science in there. So I mean, this works pretty well gameplay wise. It's not like a game where there's going to be a lot of combat or something like that. We're only on day 10, but we found an actual manure location, right? That's always what you got to look for at the beginning. Our sanity is already starting to slip, so maybe I shouldn't try to do too much here. Or either I found manure, or maybe I just found a farm that was already there. You shouldn't really need manure. I'm not really sure. Let's just see if there's beefalo here or not, and we'll think it's a hallucination because we're just losing our sanity anyway, which is a very interesting mechanic that most survival games probably wouldn't have, or it wouldn't be such a big deal here. Like, if your sanity completely drops, you'll just get killed by these little shadows in the world, which almost makes it stand to reason that it's not really insanity, because you know, if you're just imagining those things, they wouldn't actually be able to kill you, but it's just part of the whole dark graphic art style and whatever. Let me try to change one thing, which is going to be, let me try to change the audio of the system itself, because see, I use a monitor, not a TV, so I can't turn up the TV audio, even though I am using a headphone connected to the TV. So like, how would you actually change potentially the audio on here? We have to hide it yet again. Yeah, that was still fun to look at. There would be certain things that you could at least justifiably make a series on here. Let's see. TV settings, system. Update the dock. Console battery. Of course, we have it plugged in as we're doing this. Lower max headphone volume. Set a maximum volume for headphones and speakers connected to the console, but actually USB keyboard. That gives me false hope that you could actually attach a keyboard to this, or maybe you could. I don't know what that means. Where is like actually just the audio though? TV sound, but we're not even using a TV technically, so I don't get it. Input devices. That is kind of the problem. You would almost want a TV, because then what you can do there is you can just turn it up to an obscenely high amount if you want, whereas here it's limited and it's actually kind of low. Even when I was using my other, because I never use the headphones in this thing. Otherwise, it doesn't capture properly, right? I don't use it in the controller or in the well, not, you can't even use it in the console. Like on here you can, but like with the PS5 or the Xbox. So I'm actually using it in the TV, and I just have like the super long extender to be able to put a headphone in there. So there's actually, yeah, look at the themes. Basic black, basic white, which I guess you can't even see, but I guess there is no way to actually... there is no way to actually mess around with the settings too much, or there should be. Like, you just have to go on the console itself and turn it up from there, which I guess would still be working. But yeah, there was nothing really too exciting on here, and those are kind of like the main three things I'd maybe think of doing on here in the future. Would be Red Dead, just because, again, it might be the best version you can have because it's not on PC or any of the newer consoles, I don't think. So if you have to lug out your PS3 just to do that, that's actually a good excuse to play Red Dead on here for my Bounty series, or even just to beat the game for the first time, which I've never done. Then you would have Thousand Year Door, would be kind of fun to look at, even though it's kind of dumb because I'd be doing that as a hard mode series anyway, coming up eventually sometime on PC anyway, because you'd have to do it for the mod and stuff like that. And then you would also have like... what was the other one? Like Luigi's Mansion 2 remake, even though, you know, I've never even played that, so I almost would want to play the original version. Those would at least be some justifiable titles to do. Let's look at the shop actually once more, since we've gone through all the trouble to do this. I mean, you might say, oh, this is annoying to have to keep doing, but also you wouldn't be going to the shop every 5 seconds, right? You'd probably just go to the shop once, buy something, and then move on. But I'm kind of just trying to look at what's even on there, because I don't know what's really on this system overall. There's a lot of things that maybe surprise me, or there's a lot of this like garbageware stuff that's just like hentai, whatever the fuck. Even by showing it in the shop, maybe I'll get banned for that, even though I'm playing on a kid-friendly Nintendo console with even parental controls. Even though they're not on, it's just like, you know, that's the only way you can actually like lock your system properly, which is kind of dumb. Okay, so this completes the console checklist thing, so we've at least used every console in like the last month. So maybe next Wednesday I'll play GTA Online on my PS5, just because he had wanted to do a session there. Nobody has anything on PC, I guess, or nobody likes to play it. But yeah, we could do that, and then who knows. I was kind of trying to end the Wednesday format and now go back to, you know, we'll do a permadeath multiplayer gauntlet thing again, like I was planning to do Smite. But let's see. What other... Just show me like best sellers of all time. Other search filters. Top sellers ever, or top price range, genre, age rating, download only. Like, there's not enough good filters though. These are all just garbage. Great deal. Let's just look at best sellers again. I'm surprised Red Dead wouldn't be on there, but I guess it's been on here probably for a while. But actually, it hasn't been on here for that long. Like, it's from like 2023, I think they finally released it, which is nice. You might take that for granted and say, well, oh, I guess it doesn't show enough of them though. Low battery, are you serious, dude? I guess I had never left it charged in the first place, but yeah, so many of these remake fucking re-release things, like how that happens with movies, they can't come up with a new idea, so they just do this. And certain things about this suggest that it's like, oh yeah, it's such a kids friendly console that it's like, you know, all these are kind of kids game, and then in before, oh, inside or whatever, like there'll be some hentai type of thing in there. So looking at the new releases is kind of bad because you get like all these $1 game throwaway kind of indie random things, which is nice that it's on here, but it's kind of like weird too at the same time. That one's actually surprisingly cheap, 35, but they got to get that 1 cent out of you. Why not make it $34.99? This somebody was saying is pretty good. Baltro. I don't know what it is though, really. Like you're just playing like poker with some other rule set or something. Mario Party. Yeah, like what would actually be fun to even do here online, I wonder. It should show you like most played games or something. Right, like who is active in Nintendo Switch Online? Oh wait, they wouldn't show that because nobody's active, right? It's just a dead game, or it's just a dead console, which maybe that's unfair to expect, like, oh, that stupid Clubhouse, but it's like, that's my fault, I guess, for not using it, but nobody's playing it, so it's like a waste of money that I even got it for whatever I got, which it probably was a lot at the time. Like, what would be, you know, we could try Rocket League on here just to see if anybody's actually even playing it. What else? I didn't even play it online at all. I just played against Nightmare, one of my viewers, the whole time. Right? Which I was surprised he was even willing to play that long. It's like, I thought I would play him a couple times and then do that. But, let's see. What else was there? I guess that would just be the main one that I would want. Because at least it feels justified, even though 49 is a lot. Yeah, this is like a perfect thing to have on here. They almost have monopoly over this to the extent that, like, you know, you can't play it on anything else, right? PS3, or you'd have to like emulate it on your PC, which probably, I don't know how well that really would still work with these kind of consoles, but you'd have PS3 or Xbox 360 would be the only things. The shop is kind of slow, like I'm hitting the right click. It's kind of advertising Undead Nightmare a little bit too much there, just because. Classic Stories of Red Dead and Undead Nightmare. I always say that's like an Ubisoft DLC, where like it's some zany weird thing off the wall, even though the game itself takes itself seriously. Okay, see you tomorrow.